Welcome back to the Agenda Hour, a weekly show we do every Sunday, 2 p.m. EST, give or take a 15-minute buffer, and talk about the biggest agendas of the week. Basically, anything we can't even cover on the main show. Agenda Hour for today will focus on some manga, more obscure manga stuff with Underdoctor. I do want to kind of put it on notice for people to check out moving forward. We already understand Ichi the Witch and Kagurabachi are the two dimes for Shonen Jump going forward. There's no doubt about that. Some of the other manga might, have some momentum, but so many manga are finishing with Sakamoto Days around the corner, Chainsaw Man around the corner. Kagurabachi and Ichi the Witch is the future. However, if Underdoctor does prevail and actually become a good manga, that would be huge for Shonen Jump in general. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll discuss the NFL free agency a little bit, give like general thoughts in regards to that. And then, of course, the biggest topic of the last week and a half, so to speak, was Bam Adebayo's 83-point game. I think we were live on the podcast when the game was going on, and we didn't give like the craziest reaction, but it was still pretty crazy in the moment. And a lot of discourse regarding Bam's 83-point game has happened afterwards. So let's start there. So Bam's 83-point game, is it bad for the league? Now, I do think some of the conversation is kind of ridiculous regarding Bam and how people were saying that he shouldn't have disrespected Kobe by passing 81. The game was not great, especially the last 4 minutes. It's disrespecting the game, and I want to come at the conversation in a very particular way. I sometimes when I watch people talk basketball or football or just sports in general, I sometimes do think that we are kind of overly nerdifying it at times. I am a analyst. Like I love to analyze explicit details to understand the overarching premise of what is going on. So I'm very good at doing that and analysis in general. So I do think that I understand basketball pretty well, and I very much enjoy talking basketball and the intricacies of the value of playmaking, the value of scoring, how when you score here and do a pick and roll here, what type of spaces does it open up in the court? So I do like that part of basketball. But what I mean by we're overly nerdifying it is we're trying to pretend that basketball, the NBA, and the NFL is more than a narrative. It's more than stories. I do think sometimes it gets out of hand when we're just talking about LeBron James every single day because talking about LeBron James, talking about Michael Jordan, talking about the GOAT, what does that do? It gets attention, it gets clicks, it gets money. However, we are overcorrecting that a little bit, saying that we should only appreciate the game by the sport being played. Like, you guys are not real fans because you don't really care about basketball and everybody playing basketball. And I'm like, hey, I love basketball. This is my favorite cardio activity. I've been going to the court even when there was 50-mile-per-hour wind. I was out there hooping, trying to do some change of pace dribbles, attacking the rim, practicing my finishing. Using the fingers as the best as I can. Pause, not pause. Now, with that said, the NBA is a story. The NBA is a story. It is a narrative. The only reason why people care is because people are attached to the people playing. And I kind of a hating ass title a little bit. It's a clickbaity little title. It's really just to get people locked in, Sauce. I'm not trying to hate in general, but I do want people to know. Did you just say pause for some not pause? Yeah, I don't know. I think it was pause, but not pause worthy at the same time. I think people should understand why people are upset about the 83-point game. And then I think people should really understand that this is not bad for the aspect of basketball, but this can be bad for the story of the NBA depending on how you look at it. My point is that I said something crazy with my fingers. My point is that the NBA and the NFL is not appealing because the sport is good. The NBA and the NFL is appealing because you get attached to the stories that are being perpetuated playing the sport. You get attached to the narrative of Kobe Bryant achieving greatness, being the next Mike. You get attracted to the storyline of the small guard who's revolutionizing the game with the 3-point shot and trying to become the greatest point guard of all time. You get entertained when LeBron James is trying to uncrown Michael Jordan, calling himself the king, wearing number 23 because he thinks he's better than Michael Jordan. This is what makes the NBA enticing, and similar with the NFL. That's what makes the storylines enticing. That's why when we were talking about the NFL Super Bowl, it's like, there's really not much aura here. Was it a good game? Not really. But like, who really cared about Sam Darnold, the Seahawks versus Drake and the Patriots? There are fans there, but the problem is not the players. The problem is not the teams. The problem is that there was no good storytelling. The problem is that the media and social media weren't trying to create a cool narrative there so we can get attracted to the game. So when I put that all into consideration, like you said, Sauce, for the majority, which are casuals, this is true. I 100% agree. When you take into the capacity of what is going on, everything that is done needs to be telling a larger narrative to attract fans and make people care. Like, I don't care about Bam Adebayo as a player. He's not one of my favorite. I don't care about the Heat. I don't even care about that game, Wizards for Heat. I was definitely not watching it. But him achieving this feat, I do think can tell a good story. I'll kind of manifest what I'm talking about in a second. But what happened is that the story that they were trying to tell was that Bam disrespected Kobe. And I just don't know why that's what we were doing. I just don't understand why that was the thing that we should have been doing instead of talking about the evolution of the game and how we should talking about how we should be reaching further heights in terms of NBA scoring capability. Because I do think there is a narrative you could tell. Bam opened up the floodgates that every player should try to score a lot. Now, you could argue that's not good for the game in certain retrospects, but if someone did that, like Luka Doncic, when he scored 73 in a competitive game, and then I think he also scored a buzzer beater that game. I mean, what are we talking about? A 73-point game in a tight game with a buzzer beater? That is like peak basketball right there. So I do think there are some things there that we really need to focus on. I'll get into depth, but since it's agenda and I'm just solo, I can read some of you guys' chats. Kobe fans are upset he got passed. Braun fans are mad it's not him. Old heads upset at the free throws, and most casuals didn't even watch the game. That is a fact, 100%. I agree on the sports media would rather shit on the game to look cool with Twitter would than actually give an opinion. Agree to that. Damn, it'd be the only N-word watching the Twitch stream, dog. Hey, I will put this in the link in the chat for anybody who wants to join and have a conversation. I do want people to have their cameras on if they come up to the side. Start Jordan from the 3. So my thing is, for this game, my opinion is that Bam scoring 83, I do think was kind of like, I don't care. I wasn't really interested. I do think that it says something that Bam Adebayo, and when you look at this, like, it's such an outlier thing to happen. But like when you look at Bam's box scores, right? If you look at it a very casual setting and you look at his box scores, this Bam Adebayo, after scoring 83, only is averaging 20 points per game. And then you look at the stat sheet after he scored the 83. What did he do next game? 21-20. So it's keeping up the 20 pace, but nothing nearly as crazy. And the game, 20 for 43, 46% from the field, 7 from 22, 22 three-pointers is crazy, by the way. 31% for threes. For Bam standards, I guess is not the worst. 83% from the free throw line, 84% for the free throw line is crazy when you shoot 43 free throws. That's actually ridiculous. So ultimately, my thing is, I'm not upset that Bam scored 83. I do think it would have been more interesting if the person who passed such a landmark scoring feat of 81 points was someone who can be etched in the storybooks. After this, when Bam retires, will he be a Hall of Famer? Will he be considered? He definitely won't be considered one of the greatest scorers of all time. He definitely won't be considered one of the greatest Miami Heat of all time unless he takes another leap and just becomes a freaking beast. But it's just something that when you look when you create the narrative of the greatest scoring outputs of all time, it's just one person who seems just like an outlier. And that's just unfortunate, I think, in the overarching narrative that you're trying to tell. Ultimately, the game itself, from my understanding, was he played extremely well. He played good basketball. They couldn't guard him. It's not his fault. And the last 4 minutes, of course, there was some hacking, but honestly, it is what it is. You're trying to break a record. I don't blame Bam. I don't blame him trying to break the record. I do blame everybody else. Why don't everybody else? It's time for you to lock in. It's time for you to etch your names in the history books to become the next person to score a crazy amount of points. Of course, you're going to get hate, but what happened as a response of Bam getting hate is he became a household name. Now all the casuals know who Bam Adebayo is. It's like, oh, it's that guy that scored 83-point game. So you have to build on this. We do need the Lucas of the world. We do need the Wembys of the world, Shays, Anthony Edwards of the world, Jalen Brunsons of the world, perennial scorers who can etch their names in the history books to eventually match these feats. Like what made Devin Booker, in my opinion, his 70-point outing so impressive was not the performance itself, but the story you could tell the next young scoring star, because he did this when he was like 21, 22 years old, scoring 70 points. He's supposed to be the next big thing. Unfortunately, that never ended up the case. Devin Booker never really reached the heights of the next big shooting guard. That's unfortunate, but it was a cool story at that point. So my biggest thing right now is that I do think sometimes when we go like hyper analyst mode or hypo contrarian mode, we try to say things like, "Oh, you don't really care about the game," or "You don't really care about basketball," and the majority of people don't really care about the game and don't really care about basketball. Basketball is cool, but basketball is only entertaining because of the stars that's playing it. It's not entertaining because they're playing basketball. There are so many professional basketball leagues out there that people do not pay attention to. So the important thing is creating the narrative. And unfortunately, our current media environment is all about creating very toxic narratives, very hateful narratives. Narratives focus on the toxic GOAT debate. Narratives focus on how, oh, this era of the basketball is not as great as prior eras. They're not as great as this, and that. I mean, the Lakers narrative outlet right now with Luka Doncic is disgusting. All these people are shitting on Luka, the guy that got traded and backstabbed from his team, that he thought he was going to be a homer and got sent to the Lakers. And now people are trying to say things, oh, maybe Nico Harrison had a point. Defense, blah, 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 blah. Oh, he's not Kobe Bryant. He's not. Why is he not taking LeBron's advice? I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what is going on? What is happening? And then after Luka Doncic scored the game winner against Nikola Jokic, the NBA media's golden goose. Well, Shay's the golden goose. Like, he never gets criticism. I'm not gonna lie. After that, everybody's, oh, Luka Doncic is back. Oh, now we should give him MVP votes. I'm like, bro, you should have been doing this the entire time. Like, what are we doing? This is disgusting and nasty work. It's always the comparison model for the current media environment. And comparison is good for storytelling. Don't get me wrong. It's good for creating narratives. It's good for tying emotions to other players. Like, there is a very clear psychological reason you do it. But if you only do it to detract the player, shit on the player, or if you put them up in a pedestal to make them fail, like saying Anthony Edwards is the next Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, I'm like, what are we doing here? He's nothing close to these guys, and he hasn't shown that he's close to these guys. You're putting him up to fail because if he doesn't reach these standards, then you're just going to shit on him for not being the next one, right? Loki, you said Luka's literally having one of the worst lives right now outside basketball. Yeah, everything that's happening with his ex and his kid, it's crazy. But the entire media environment is just like, hey man, shit on them, shit on them. Wilt Bam Kobe. That hey, that's the tree. Shout out Adrian Wilson, I guess. But yeah, I think right now we should be focusing on telling better narratives on the mainstream media environment, create stories, create characters, create stars, so to speak, in a much more effective way. And there is some interesting things to say about Bam stuff because you can talk about how this opens up the floodgate of the new generation, that this sets a new precedent that can be broken. We can have these players eventually do what Bam did, maybe even surpass it. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. And that opportunity to continuously break history, to not feel like you're pressured to preserve it, but continuously involving the game is something that should be commended, honestly. And that's what we should focus on. It's crazy because I saw the clip of Shaq talking about the Lakers game, and instead of praising the Lakers for closing out the game and beating Nikola Jokic and his team, who were fully healthy, by the way, and making a crazy amount of threes, he was like, well, I'm not impressed. This type of game is not a type of game that's going to win you a playoff game, even though they played the Denver Nuggets, who's a perennial playoff team. This is not how you do it. You were up by 15. You should have stayed up by 15. I'm not impressed. I'm like, what? You're not impressed when Austin Reeves threw the ball off the rim, got it off in the on the little on the block, and did a floater to tie the game? You're not impressed? Down three, Luka step back three, eight tied the game. You're not impressed when Luka got the ball, went to his left, two people right on his tail, step back fadeaway off on the what do you call it? On the baseline to win the game? You're not impressed? Okay, Shaq. All right. That's what we're doing. That's how we're doing it. Like, oh my goodness. That's crazy. Well, you said I agree, Riddell. The media keeps you on the court with people they don't like, but when someone are pushing, and then we hear every excuse about any and everything going on outside the court. And I think it's fine to have your favorites. I just think it's be honest about when things are your favorite. I'm honest. I'm a Shea hater because I think Shea has all the luxuries of the Thunder. Like, I'm a straight hater, no doubt about it. So you know where my position comes from. But I'm also very honest being a Luca fan. But these people try to act like they're objective analysts, and they're not. They're not at all. There is one or two reasons. One, bias, or two, they're pushing certain players because it makes them money. So they're incentivized not for talking about the game and creating stories, but like making the most bread, which is why they talk about LeBron and the Lakers all the fucking time. It's like, okay, whatever, sure. I guess that's how it goes. That is valid. What Shaq said was not valid because it doesn't really make sense to me that you say that they can't do this in the playoffs when they're facing a playoff team. Comebacks happen in the playoffs all the time. The amount of comebacks that are happening. Remember the Knicks Celtics playoff series that happened was like last year, where the Knicks were down by like a crazy amount. They came back and won the game. There's no way Shaq is saying the Celtics are not a playoff team. They won the championship the year before. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we talking about? It just doesn't make sense. The Thunder actually get blessed with such a great situation. I can't be too upset about them for capitalizing. Am I upset they're capitalizing? No, I'm not upset that they did their job. I'm upset that's not happening to my team. I'm upset that's not happening to Luka Doncic. I'm upset he doesn't get this amazing, great situation. That's complete bias. That's subjective. So of course, that's what you're going to be upset about. But I think it's fine to be upset about things that you're biased for, as long as you are able to articulate your like what is going on. But the overarching point in regards to telling narratives regarding the NBA and regarding sports in general is if you want to create storylines nowadays, focus on building these players up because LeBron's going to retire soon. You can tell the storyline of especially people who've come from different countries and has dominated America. I guess maybe they don't want to tell that story. person comes from a different country, comes to America, now is becoming a phenom. I don't know if they want to tell that story, to be honest. I guess because of like it's American centric and there is a lot of xenophobia out there, unfortunately. So maybe they don't want to tell that story. But there is interesting things about a center that is changing the way centers play. Of course, there was Arvydas Sabonis, who was really good, but we have like the maximized version and one that was able to be in the peak in the NBA era with Nikola Jokic. So focusing on this new player that is changing the game for center play and playmaking, focusing on the storyline of the storyline of Luka's revenge tour is like right there of him dominating despite getting betrayed, and the how quickly the media turn on him because he's not the ideal Laker is insane. The storyline of, even though I'm a hater of Shea, you could still tell the storyline of Shea being abandoned by the Clippers, tossed aside for Paul George, building up a unit from scratch and building up the next dynasty. You can tell that storyline with Shea as the next great coming up. You can, of course, Wemby's already getting pushed to be the next GOAT. So, like, they're already doing that. They're doing the surface level thing. 7'7" next GOAT, Wemby, blah, 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 blah. There's some storylines there. How much times are they really talking about the Knicks rejuvenizing their organization to be the media hub? There's so much like content you can grab from Jalen Brunson and his podcast too as well. Like there is social media things you can grab to help tell narratives. They're just not doing it properly. I'm also bad because they were my West team growing up after the trio went to the finals with the Thunder. Now you missing he's loony. You're missing whose point? Who? Shaq's point? I want to come to explain, but I'm working on some trying out blah blah with Wemby being the next go. I'm also in the 210, so I'm biased. Wemby being the next go, if that happens, it happens. Of course, I don't want it to happen because my current favorite player right now, in the thick of his prime, I don't want him being dominated by another team. I want Luka to win all the championships. I don't want Wemby winning all the championships. So that is my agenda. Now, if Wemby does, then I'll be very impressed. And there's so many interesting things to talk about in terms of Wemby's game. Yeah, it's just unfortunate how basketball has been kind of shifted. And I do think we need to understand that these type of narratives have been toxifying the environment, but also narratives are what makes basketball interesting in the first place. So telling people that they shouldn't care about storylines, narratives, they shouldn't care about the overall image of the NBA, I think is also correct. What's good, Random?
I'm good. Is that Sauce?
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? Y'all good?
All right. What's going on? Hold on real quick, because look, I'm gonna be 100% honest, Riddell.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I am, and I will continue to say it, I am the basketball casual amongst especially the people in the BSS. This whole conversation is dumb as hell. Like, Bam got 83 points. It literally, let me talk to the Kobe fans first, because I am one of them. I was living in LA watching Kobe become Kobe. Okay. So crazy. Like a lot of people. Yeah. I saw the man play live. I got to do this. I cried when he died. The only man I've.
That Kobe poster right there. You know what I'm saying? Something. Did Random freeze?
I think he did.
Bam got 83 points.
Okay.
It ain't hurting Kobe's legacy at all. No way. Kobe fans, you should just be, if anything, just congrats. Who cares how he got it? Because let me give you an example. O.J. Simpson is the first person in the NFL to ever rush for 2,000 yards. Do you want to know how they got it, Riddell? He played for the Bills in the 70s. They were ass. And this has actually been documented. Like Pittsburgh Steelers players have talked about it on America's Game in one of their.
Who you said, Randall?
O.J. Simpson.
I know. Oh.
So yeah, they were ass. So all they did was force feed him, even when they were like 3-12 or however bad they were. So who cares how he did it? It's the fact that he was able to do it. Why are we sitting here blaming Bam instead of talking shit to the Wizards? The nigga had 31 in the first quarter. If I'm the coach, Sauce. I'm like, hey, how about we do something about that? How about we do something
Cook.
about that? And at that point, I'm not
Cook.
going to get mad over real quick. I'm gonna say that I'm not going to get mad at Bam for going for it over the course of a long season. When anything, that's pretty cool that he did. Sure, it's a feather on his cap, but it literally doesn't change anything. The only problem that I see here is really just the fact that Bam this was the person that did it, not nobody else. Because we
Cooking,
could
Randall.
have talked shit about when Devin Booker got 70 and how he got it. We could have talked shit about any other people, even go back to Kobe's 81. At some points, that shit don't look ethical. This is just a whole dumb conversation. That's all this is. And that's why I'm not mad at the Bam fans for fighting back, because I literally saw people calling this man a nobody. Like we're acting like bro's Jimmer Fredette when he's not. Like, so I'm sitting like, y'all are dumb. This whole conversation is dumb. What do you mean it's bad for the league? Or we wouldn't be saying that if Luka was the one that got 83. We wouldn't be saying that if it was fucking Wemby. Sure. We wouldn't be saying that if it was a lot of other people. But just the fact that it's Bam, who the fuck care? Blame the fucking Wizards that he got 45 free throws. They were fouling his ass. What is he supposed to do? Not take shots?
And he made them.
What's the problem here?
He was making.
Who cares? He got something really cool, and he made them. This entire conversation surrounding Bam's 83 points is dumb when we could literally be talking about other basketball things. It's crazy how the Nuggets keep getting fucking game winners get put on them. The WNBA is going to go on strike. Like, there's so many other things basketball-wise we could talk about, but we're wasting our fucking time talking about Bam's 83 points.
I will say this real quick.
My nigga, I'm watching what the Oklahoma City's doing is not ethical, but we care more about what Bam's doing. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Y'all embarrassing yourselves, especially Kobe fans.
I would say this real quick, right?
Self.
To what
Kobe didn't just get worse earlier. Because Bam got 83. Damn,
I will say this though, right? Riddell to
what
we were talking about earlier with Shaq, right? His point is valid for like this reason, right? That's why I say his point is valid, right? Because if you up 15, right, on a championship winning team, that shit isn't going to win you a series if you let them boys come back in the game all the time, right? So that's what he's saying. Now, is it nasty for him to say that after the game that they had and they pulled out the victory? Yes, it's nasty, but it's true. You got to keep your foot on necks on teams like that. You have to. You cannot allow people to come back down 15, especially throughout this long tenure of a playoff run. You feel me? If you're doing that from round one all the way to the finals, your team is going to be fucking tired. And that's just facts. It's just straight facts. So I think he's very.
I mean, I do think that is obvious advice. Like of course,
sure.
You can't allow.
Shaq always says obvious advice, though. That's Shaq. He always says the obvious shit. So
it's really like time and place, because if you say it at a moment after, and you agree to this, but if you say it after a moment where they still close it out despite the team coming back and then winning the game, the perception is that you don't think they're capable, and you think that this is something that they will do on a consistent basis. And you're already demeaning them despite beating a team that is like the second favorite of the West. You're already demeaning them before they even have the chance to make the playoffs in the first place. And if you kind of reroute the conversation, you could say, Nuggets, you can't win the game if you are down by 15 and have to claw your way back up in a playoff game.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways, for sure.
So it just didn't make sense for Shaq.
But he's saying that as the native LA big man. That's what he's saying that as. So of course he's gonna say that.
Yeah, I think Shaq giving advice to Denver is like, and it's not good advice, it's basketball 101 advice. It's just like one of those things.
I don't think Shaq is the most reliable person to talk about this
anymore. Yeah, I was about to say too.
Yeah,
Shaq also doesn't watch
Shaq
the
whole
game.
Thing is
it's one of those big moments where Shaq is just getting off like, I watched this game, I'm gonna spit some basketball one.
One of the few games he watches. The man don't even watch the game consistently. Yeah. Like, I don't think.
Also, as a native Heat fan here, hey man, Wilt Bam Kobe, man, suck it. It's over.
What you say for?
Kobe.
I just sit there. Shaq shouldn't be a reliable source of information. Besides the fact that, like, maybe the only person that hates Rudy Gobert more than Riddell is Shaq. and just Shaq hates him because he makes more money. Get mad at your mama for giving birth to you 20 years too early, my nigga. I don't know what to tell you. Like, at least Riddell has genuine things, even though I still think he's a little unfair to Rudy because, you know, whatever. But at least Shaq's just like he makes more money, or Shaq's this, Shaq's that. Even the way he speaks to people, just because you're Shaq, like that doesn't mean you can speak to people some type of way. I'm still kind of mind blown when he spoke to Nikola Jokic the way he did when he won the MVP. Nikola Jokic is just better than most people. He just didn't respond. Like, Shaq, nobody's taking away your spot. Maybe you're just mad because what Kobe said about you is true, that you should have been the best, but you literally pissed it away. But the fact that he's an authority on our game, and I think basketball really suffers from this, because it's not just him, it's Kendrick Perkins as well. It's Stephen A. I call him like the four horsemen of bad basketball takes. Shaq. Sometimes Charles Barkley, but Charles Barkley's funny. He knows he's funny, so he tries not to do that. Shaq, Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A., and I always forget the fourth guy. My God, I always forget the fourth guy. Nah, it doesn't matter. It's probably Shannon if LeBron's involved now.
Is it a dude with the mullet?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Max Kellerman?
No.
Max
it's the
I mean, Skip Bayless is the king of bad.
Skip Bayless is a boss. He's in a realm by himself, in my opinion. That's how I look at him. So
I do think I already made my whole soliloquy of the importance of the basketball and caring about the sport and what is going on versus caring about the story of the NBA. And I do think that matters. I don't think that people saying that you only care about narratives or story, you only care about who did it. I don't think that's a valid criticism towards people, because the only reason why they're attached to the NBA is because of the story, narratives, and the people who achieve certain things.
That's true for the majority of fans, and the majority of fans are casuals. You feel me?
Exactly.
So, and like I told random in the Discord, people think Bam is ass anyway, because he doesn't score a lot of points. He plays very team oriented basketball, and he's defense first. So since he doesn't score as many buckets as people would want him to or would like him to, people think he's ass anyway. So him scoring 83 is like this trash ass nigga just scored 83. Hell no, he ain't better than Kobe.
Problem. People don't understand.
Kobe. And that was the first thing that people were saying. He ain't better than Kobe. We know Bam isn't better.
We
than
know
Kobe,
it,
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You feel me? Like, he got the 83. But you can blame today's basketball. You can blame the refs. You can blame the Wizards. Don't blame Bam for him trying to go get something when he knows he's hot. I got 31 in the first quarter. Yeah, I'm Rashad McCants today. Kobe's 81. Kobe's 81. That's what I'm trying to get, and he got it. So I think people.
Go ahead.
People are too attached to narratives and the people who play the sport, and not being a person like me who loves the sport first. If you love the sport first, this isn't going to matter. You know, like, it doesn't matter.
It really shouldn't.
It could have been. It could have been Sabet. It could have been. I don't know. It could have been Cameron Payne who got an 83. Would it have been crazy? Yes, but he's hooping. He's having a good night. He's going off. Let the man go off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's fine. For me, when it comes down to it, I'm always honest that, of course, I like playing basketball. I don't mind playing basketball every day. I like playing the sport of basketball more than watching the sport of basketball. However, I do enjoy watching the sport of basketball and talking about the sport of basketball, but I don't love watching it because I'm watching basketball. I love watching the NBA because I like rooting for teams and rooting for players in particular.
So my rebuttal to that is, you say that you love playing the sport, but you don't love watching it, right? But do you still love the sport of basketball, though?
I mean, love is a strong word in general. I have a strong emotional feeling towards the sport of basketball. Sure, and that's why.
Do you love football?
I don't even know if I would say I love football, but I just find the word love is like a strong term. So,
for sure,
in general, I get your point, because if it was me, I'm scoring 83, no freaking doubt. I'm sorry, Kobe's my GOAT. I'm scoring 83 points.
Every single person talking mess would do it. Even Nick Young.
That's me.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
If I'm playing, now if I'm watching someone play, I do want to be able to root for the person who's doing it, or at the very least go like, that person who's about to score 83, like I respect that player in the name of history, and I respect what they're gonna do for the grand narrative of the NBA. And I'm not saying I'm disrespecting Bam, but I would appreciate it more if it is the next all-time great. If it is the Shea, the Kobe, the Wembys, if do it.
Well, that's tough, but it's still Bam. Like, go ahead, bro.
Still
I'm
Bam,
gonna
though.
lay
He's
out.
still great.
Bam is cool.
Like, I only disagree with the part where he said everybody would try and score. I think the only two people on this earth are Nick Young and motherfucking Jason Tatum. They're not scoring anymore.
That's two out of the history of basketball.
I'm calling cap because I'm telling you, Nick Young standing on the court and he got 81. He's shooting the three. He's shooting it. Jason Tatum is shooting it.
Nick Young.
Nah, JT ain't gonna shoot it.
Nick Young is a lot closer. I'll give you Nick Young. We can debate about Nick Young, but Jason Tatum, I'm not edging up Jason Tatum.
Who that would have said that in the Discord? That said JT would get the 81 to text Kobe.
yeah, for real. Like
low key.
JT, hold
on, real quick. Zulu. Bam getting 83 did not steal anything, did not destroy anything. Kobe Bryant is still Kobe Bryant. He's one of the best players you've ever seen. One of the top 5 2-guard. All those accolades that Kobe got, they're still there. They're still
like
there.
I told Gabe too.
But that is technically his best singular accomplishment.
It's still his best.
It doesn't take away from it though, because Kobe needed all 81. Kobe needed all 81 to win them that game. You feel me? This games in the fourth quarter, it got like they got up 10 and stuff. Them boys was down. Them boys was down in the second and third quarter. They needed Kobe to do that shit.
You could still Sauce, you know what you could say? You could say Kobe's 81 better than Bam's 83, and nobody disagrees with you.
That's all you gotta say.
But then the casual fan is like the casual fan will just look at the box score.
That's tough.
Hey man, hey man. We were hey man, Bam's 83. Hey man. That's what we're going down from now on. From now on.
Okay. It's okay. Your life, nothing wrong happened in your life because of Bam scoring 83.
Hey, when
you're literally inventing the problem.
When you go to shoot some
I mean, of
trash
course,
in the
it's
trash
not
can, you can say Bam.
I ain't gonna lie. I can lie to you.
I saw a video on that too.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I got some tissue in my hand. I throw in a trash bag. Bam.
Yo, to be fair, Bam is a really good quick word to say.
It is.
Like a move. It's like Bam, like it's actually.
I'm happy for Bam. Like, why the fuck? Why are you not happy about this? Because no, Riddell, no, this is like Kyron Williams breaks the all-time rushing record in the game next year, and people are like, well, that makes AP look bad. No, the fuck it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of these. Also, on a serious note, a lot of people are insecure about their favorite players, and so when someone does something, they have to. I mean, it's the LeBron Jordan, it's the Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. It's the same thing, and honestly, I think Kobe's the second best player ever. But even I'm not like Bam can't score 83 to respect Kobe, nigga. What?
Exactly, Ty.
It's only Jason
like, who cares?
Only Jason
Who really
Tatum.
cares, bro? This is a nothing. This is a nothing conversation we're having.
I agree. Like, who cares? But I always this is why I wanted to provide this different perspective in the overarching conversation, is because I really am starting to dislike the sentiment that people can't talk about the sport based off like their feelings, because most of people enjoy the game based off their feelings. Most of them don't understand basketball. They don't understand what a triple threat is. They don't understand what playmaking is. They don't understand what a pick and roll is. They don't understand any of this. They just like watch, enjoy, player I like. Maybe there's a story. Maybe I like his game physically, or like what I'm seeing physically. So it's just very surface level things to enjoy the game. But that's how the sport makes its money. That's how people get paid to be millionaires. So at times I do go like, I hear you, and I personally don't care that Bam scored 83. Do I now? I really hope Luka scores 90. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't care that Bam scored 83. But I do think that that we're kind of like trying to, well, what's the term where you're trying to like be a little elitist about basketball viewership at times when it comes down to basketball discourse,
Like
and
pseudo intellectual.
That's
maybe
the
something like
phrase.
that. Maybe something like that.
That's the phrase.
Sometimes, like I prefer talking basketball in depth, but it's like most people don't do that.
Because you know, Riddell, that's fine. Because the same thing with like anime, right? Not everyone's gonna like know certain things about stories or whatever. That's fine. And same thing with sports, right? But as long as people understand that your feelings are not always valid, you know, like you can talk about
Yeah,
your feelings. Doesn't make your. But the problem is some people think their feelings are valid, and they're, you know, since a lot of times they not.
I wonder, maybe, 'cause obviously you guys watch more basketball than me. I wonder if maybe they think that all of a sudden now that Bam scored 83, the way we talk about him should change, when that's not true.
Well, it's the thing
Like
is that
he's
in Riddle,
go
you're
ahead.
gonna have kids, or Riddle, random, you're gonna have kids, and then they're gonna have kids. If those grandkids ever watch or get into basketball, they're not, or maybe they will, but they're not gonna go back and watch Kobe's 81. All they're gonna do is see who's the top NBA, and maybe it'll change by then. It's gonna be Wilt, Bam, Kobe. Somehow I think those people are gonna feel like Kobe's legacy is now diminished, moving down a spot. Because there's
But
gonna
what's
be less and less
Maybe,
people
but
now,
even then,
because
it's
as you
going to be my job to be like, no, Kobe was the truth.
but the
Here's
problem?
some Kobe shit.
understandable, understandable, and that's kind of what they're doing now, but they're being more disingenuous about the conversation.
I about to say this also bumps down everyone else's career high. By the way,
Exactly.
like everyone else's career high is
Everyone
lower than.
else's.
No,
I
no,
don't.
understandable, but it's just as you see as the generations go on, there's just people do less and less research, and more misinformation is put out.
You know
Well,
something? I,
that's evolution then. Or that's always going to happen.
Yeah, I mean
Even if
natural
Bam did, that would
selection.
have happened some
I
other
f-
time to
you
somebody
know
else.
something? I actually
Yeah,
feel
it
like
could have been Luca, it could have been Shea, it could have been fucking Scotty Barnes.
I think that's the case to a degree, but I also think that because there's like the era of social media, you could do scrolling on Twitter and then someone say, "I'm posting the highlights of the 2006 Kobe versus the Suns," like a random clip of that on Twitter. Or so I feel like there's the accessibility, even though people won't research it. I feel like the information will just come to them because of social
Right,
media.
but you also have to remember it's based on algorithm. Like if you're not searching for that, because I do find those on TikTok or Twitter or X or Instagram even. Like if you look for certain stuff, it'll put it in your algorithm because people do post those videos get there every day. Random video of motherfucking Matthew Dellavedova 2016 finals run. You'll find clips of whatever you're looking for, but it's just algorithm. If you're not
Yeah.
searching for it and you're going to spew nonsense about it, it's
Well,
further.
I'm assuming that if you're like a now this under assumption these people are basketball fans. Like if you're like my algorithm pulls up sports, basketball, NBA, NFL because I I'm a fan. So I'm assuming that these people talk about it are fans of the sport, even if it's like from an emotional level and not really too deep into it. And I feel like those type of things will just pop up and you know what I'm saying?
Of course, but I thought that my impression was we were talking about more of the casuals in this.
But even then, I think,
Yeah, I'm talking about casual. I think casual fans will have sports on their feed.
yeah, but also I think also, if you're afraid of somebody trying to knock down Kobe for it, like because of Bam's 83, as a fan, especially as a more knowledgeable fan than the person you're talking to, you have the ability to literally stop that perception. If
Hey
that
man.
dude's like, I don't care, Bam's still better, then there's nothing you can do. Bro's ignorant.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, there's nothing you can do, and stop wasting your time on it. Move on to something else. Like Bam scoring 83 didn't put him in the MVP conversation, didn't make the Miami Heat the top of the East. Like nothing literally changed, except
Hey
for the
man.
fact that he now is a new career high, and it just happened to be record breaking. That's all it is, and you can look at it that way and be happy about it that way. But like I said, that's why I don't know if you listened before. I literally called out Kobe fans. Nothing about Kobe changed at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Nothing did. He's not
But
worth He's not worse. He's not whatever. He's still Kobe Bean Bryant. Some people say he's the GOAT. Some people have him top 5. Some people have him whatever. He's still best, and you can still, even as a Kobe fan, be like, I'm happy that Bam got 83, but we all know Kobe's 81 was better than Bam's 83. But I'm still happy he got 83. Records are made to be broken. Records are made to be broken. So that's why I'm sitting there like, why are we wasting our time on this whole argument at all?
I mean, because it's a story. It's a conversation.
They're better stories. They're literally better stories, bro.
I also think
there is not that many stories that's better than breaking 81 points in a game, to be honest.
Well, people act like Bam. Well, in the conversation of the three heads between Michael Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, it's like those two fan groups are like, well, Kobe's so much of a greater scorer. That was mainly the conversation around it. He put up this many points, but now Bam has suppressed that. He surpassed that. So they're using that as like something to tear him down. Well, it's just a real disingenuous conversation.
But then everybody
for Kobe fans,
Will
I
gets
genuinely
down by that argument.
But hold on, for Kobe fans, I genuinely think that 81 points is like even though technically Wilt scored 100, we don't see footage, so it's more of a myth than anything. Even though that happened, Kobe's 81 is like synonymous to who he is. So yeah, people are emotionally tied to that 81, to the fact that Kobe did it. That's the only piece of footage we can see of a game they scored that high. It was such a magnificent, one of the greatest single game performances in the regular season history. So they could tie to that, like the 5 championships, the MVP, the All-Stars, the playoff performances. Those are things that are like really, really good, but they're not like independent of Kobe, because like other players have done things similar. The 81, that's Kobe. That's no one can touch it.
No, man, that's Bam, man.
This is one of my problems. I don't know if y'all have seen like footage of Wilt play back in the day, and if you've heard the broadcast of the 100-point game, this motherfucker, random. Imagine you're going up, you come up the court, and you shoot the ball. Now imagine Riddell jumped up, grabbed the ball out the air, and was like, "Nah, that's me." That 100-point game didn't happen. It's not realistic to me. Look, of course, it happened, but it didn't. If rules were in play, which they weren't, the game.
They didn't have goals in it. They didn't have goals in it back then. Also, I asked him to say Riddell, man.
The man who's holding the record is the most unethical hooper of all of them.
Hey, man. If I'm being honest with you, I don't care.
Hey, Riddell. Luka can score 90 as long as he does that and it gets Braun 5. I mean, listen, man, he can do whatever he wants. He can score 1,000. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Tell Luka, hey, make sure Luka's in shape, man. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, he was in shape to win us the game yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, no, it was LeBron's dive, bro. LeBron dive on the floor. That's won the game, bro.
Honestly, I would have taken Austin Reeves's like shot after hitting the rim in the perfect spot.
Who you know 40 years old doing that, man? Come on.
No, I'm not giving LeBron credit.
Did I give him credit for diving on the floor? What?
Nope.
Wow.
Hey, shout out Broad though. Shout out Broad. I now personally,
you know what?
we can have the overarching conversation of like whether people should have the conversation, but can we be honest? Like, if you had the preference, you would prefer a better game with a better player passing Kobe. Like, if we're being honest.
I mean, yeah. Like if Shea did it or Anthony Edwards. Oh, if Anthony Edwards did it, we were gonna turn up. If Ant-Man did it.
No, that's facts, Ty.
If Ant-Man did it, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'll be
in a really good game though. Anthony Edwards better than the Kobe game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, because after LeBron retires, I'm a full Ant-Man fan. So I ain't gonna lie to you. Once LeBron gone, I'm full Ant-Man. So that means I hope he sweeps Luka every year. All that, right? So if Ant-Man had did it, man, dude, it turned up, bro. No cap.
You're gonna struggle if the Lakers sweep the Timberwolves this season.
Oh,
and then the Lakers win a chip. And then it's like, okay, and then you go become an Ant fan, but you can't ever talk about Luka because Luka swept him and then won a chip. Like that would be the worst.
No. I would say that
would be the worst.
I was gonna say because LeBron was on the team. That was a LeBron script. That was LeBron script. LeBron farewell script, right? No,
all right.
no.
Okay. All right. Fair. Interesting storyline. You know what I also find interesting is that I looked at some other records in the NFL, like the most passing touchdowns in a game, most receiving touchdowns in a game, most
Isn't it
rushing touchdowns.
8 or 7?
So the most passing is 7, the most rushing is 7, and the most receiving is like 5 or 6. All of them are like tied with other players, though. No players are passing these records. They just like stop at 7. I'm like, why though? Like Nick Foles is at 7. You don't think Nick Foles probably wanted to get 8 and win and like break the
Yeah, I
record?
think that's a coaching thing too.
Isn't I think Drew Brees has the one at a 7. I think Peyton Manning has one at 7.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. It's like Drew Brees, Nick Foles, and Peyton all have 7.
Yeah,
And then a bunch of like old players have 7 as well.
From what I remember, especially with Peyton's, I think he did it with the Broncos.
Yeah, he did. It was the Broncos. Yeah,
They just ran out of time. Like he just didn't have enough time in the game.
Yeah, because he scored his 7th pretty late in the game,
and then
get the ball back again, they're gonna go for it.
Yeah, it's not like basketball where you can do certain things to get the ball back faster and like all that stuff. So like, folks just ran out of time for real.
I remember he played the Ravens that day, and they got mad at him for going for 8. And I'm like, y'all suck.
Y'all ready for?
Y'all didn't play good defense.
Y'all ready for Sam? Y'all ready for Sam Darnold to set the record for 8?
I'll be fine with that. Who cares? It doesn't like that's why I sit there. I guess with certain records, it's still Kobe's. Like it's people would still probably, to be honest with you, I still think people will probably remember Kobe's 81 more than Bam's 83, unless you're trying to be funny. But like, who cares? If fucking like you said, if Campaign goes off and gets 85, like how like Kobe, why would you get mad about that? That's insane. That's insane.
I do think there's something
100 is possible.
I am curious if there are unwritten rules for players, because it is pretty daunting that like there's 7 people tied for 7 for this, and then there's like a couple people tied for the receiving touchdowns as well and the rushing touchdowns. I wonder if there is an unwritten rule. I have no idea if there is, because I don't know the context of all these games. I did not see all these games, obviously, but I wonder if there is an unwritten rule, like, you have to be this good. I don't agree to that unwritten rule. If I want to pass a record, I'm passing a record. You can't tell me what to do. But I wonder if that is the case, though.
I mean,
that you have to be a certain caliber.
No.
To pass.
Yeah.
No.
You can go
or just not even a specific caliber. More so, it's just like I want to respect history.
My question is, isn't football, especially like more brotherhood, more sanctuary?
Yeah, but when you really have a chance to get a record, like most times you kind of do go for it. Like the last time, like when Saquon was going off 2 years ago, he had a chance to get the all-time rushing record. He said no because he sat out the last game. He just did.
And everybody wanted him to.
Everybody wanted him to. Like even if I remember the Nick Foles one, he was like, "Yeah, I throw 7. I'm chilling." Peyton wanted to go for 8. And he like you said, you ran out of time. I think even the best rushing performance in Super Bowl history is by like some undrafted guy. When Doug Williams won in 1987, I think that's the best rushing performance in Super Bowl history. And I'm like, that doesn't matter. Like if you have a chance to go for it most of the time, I think most people would go for it. Damn the history, because you get that feather in your cap. Yeah, I might not be Tom Brady, but I threw 8 fucking touchdowns in a game. That's what I did. So that's a feather in your cap. That doesn't make Tom Brady look worse. That doesn't make Peyton Manning look worse. You just have the record.
But this is also goes into my overarching point that if even players care about preserving history, you only can so much blame fans for also caring about preserving history.
I think the loud players care. Nick Young cares because he has a microphone. And he look.
But like we brought up the Saquon example, he's not a loud person. Like,
no, but that's still the minority.
That's why I brought up
for every Saquon. There's 20 other running backs who'd fucking go for it.
It seems like
I don't know.
LaShawn McCoy would have went for that record.
LaShawn McCoy for sure would have went for the record.
Like you feel me? Like he would have went for that.
Like for instance, right now, James Cook would have went for it if he was in that situation.
Alvin Kamara would have went for that record.
James Cook would have went for it. I have no idea.
Like I think James Cook would have. If he was in that situation, he would have went for it.
It's hard to say that because we don't know.
AP is the one that most likely was the one that I'm most okay with, because it was literally like, get the record or your team makes the playoffs, and he chose the team making the playoffs. Saquon, I guess maybe we look better on Saquon because he had a game he could have just fucking burnt, and he just didn't go for it. But AP's the one where you get where with that choice for a team or whatever. That's the only one because, bro, I don't know. Riddell, go watch it. And the last one against the Packers, he's literally breaking a long run down the field. Clay Matthews is in front of him, and he's running. And you literally see in his head, should I just get these 9 yards to be the all-time rushing leader in NFL history, or should I just go out of bounds right now? Let's kick the field goal and win the fucking game. They were tied, so he could have just been like, "Well, we could go to overtime, but I got the record." Like those are very rare instances where it's like that. Like that's what I'm saying.
You can't say for certain people who's not in that situation would break it if they're not in the situation because we don't know if they would break it.
Riddell,
it's the same way. The other way is like we don't know if they would or they don't know they wouldn't. We have examples of people who would, and we have examples of people who didn't.
Riddell, I think.
I promise you, on everything I love, bet my house on it. Jason Tatum in the same situation, not doing that shit.
I low key agree. I think he's low key don't think Jason Tatum would have broke the record.
That's the one I believe that wouldn't do it. That's the one I believe.
The only one, Nick Young. I'm like, convince me on Nick Young.
Nick Young will feel bad in the press conference afterwards, but he's like, "Hey, I got 83, but I feel bad."
In a game like basketball that's all about buckets, and you mean to tell me people wouldn't try to outdo the ultimate bucket getter? Man, fuck out of here. I ain't hearing that. I'm not hearing it.
That's why I'm sitting there like a lot of people are being disingenuous if most people in the same exact spot that Bam was in, they're all going for 83. You've never shot that well in your life. You've never gotten that many free throws in your life. You're playing the Wizards and you're at home. Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm not even gonna and give me all the fucking slings and arrows. I don't care. I'm going for it. I think most people are going for that to be number 2 all time, and they're treating this like Santos said. They're treating this like he actually broke Wilt's record when he didn't.
100 doesn't exist. I need tape.
Bro, when I'm telling you, bro,
Santo, this is the dumbest conversation we've had in a long time.
And Random took it out the air, and that counts as Random's 2 points, man. We're counting that towards 100. And
yeah, that shit cold,
hey,
bro.
Hey, I can't blame the man for the era he was playing in. All right, listen.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with Jack John. I've heard some people say this. I 100% think that Kobe would have said break my record because I
said it earlier. I said it earlier today. Kobe would have 100% be like, he got it. It doesn't matter.
Got it.
Like,
yeah.
So he made the free throws. He watch the game, bro. Like, it's not his fault. The Wizards are ass. You got 60 and 3/4. And now you want to change? No, it's too late. It's too late.
He would have propelled people. But
do y'all remember when Clay had 60 and 3/4? I thought that night Clay would have done it. And then they said,
and then Clay just like, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's another one of those situations.
I'll tell you right now. I bet you Clay was not thinking about Kobe's 81. He's like, I'm good. I'm good.
For sure.
Like, so.
And they were in a blowout. I'd say they were in the same situation as going into that form.
Yeah. It just this time the NBA player decided to go for it instead of just sitting on the bench.
And people didn't like Devin Booker because they were losing. You feel me? And they were just forced.
I mean, yeah, they really needed all of Devin Booker's points. He didn't get it.
I'm okay with Devin Booker because he was a young star trying to prove who he is in the league. Moving forward,
he was losing.
Oh my god!
No one else could score on that team. Go back and watch that game. Look
Come on, man.
We can't
choose.
It's called context. There are different contexts of the situations. It's like Devin Booker's trying to become the next great scoring.
So let me ask you this: if Bam did this, but he was 22, you've been more okay with it?
Yeah, Bam is trying to be the next great power forward. He's not going to be that. We've already seen his entire career. Basically,
he plays the 5, but yeah,
power forward center. Yeah, technically he does play the 5.
He shouldn't be a 5. He shouldn't be.
I don't think he should be a 5 either, but he plays the 5. That's one of the main reasons I didn't really like the Jimmy
Bam is a great player. You know, as a Heat fan, he's an all-time great Heat for sure. And you feel me? He'll probably get in Hall of Fame one day. We'll see if he peaks Like
They put worse players than him in the Hall of
they
Fame.
put worse players in the Hall of Fame. Okay,
What's the recent worst? Well, other than for like college or international reasons.
That's what it's a basketball Hall of Fame.
Basketball Hall
Yeah,
of
but
Fame.
like, what has he done in college to justify it?
Bro, what's a disgusting hole? Who made it? Who?
Like I
You
was
need
saying though.
something.
Like I was saying though, Bam. As a Heat fan, man, hey.
I just
Hey,
think
man.
it's funny. I just think it's funny. I just think
Like,
it's so
y'all
funny.
mad for what though? Like
Exactly.
if D Wade would have did it, would we be saying the same thing?
No.
No, because it's D Wade.
Who cares though?
They're different caliber.
Okay.
Chris
A different
Bosh
name.
would've
A different
done it, would you
name.
be mad?
Who?
If it was Chris Bosh?
If
People
Chris-
would be
Not-
outraged.
Not even Chris Bosh. If it was Hassan Whiteside, would you be mad?
Bro.
I would. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you.
I would be like, all right.
No, look though. You have a revisionist history right now. Look though, because look back then when we had the 7-block game, we had the 7-block people. Oh, he next up. He might be the next Shaq. Whoop. So around that time,
That's his defensive impact.
No, look. If you tried 83 around that time, what would people have been saying? What would people have been saying?
If he did, people would say that he is the next all-time great center if he did that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. That's all.
But when you said that, I was thinking of like current Hassan Whiteside. Like
yeah, I know.
We're talking about
I had to explain. I got you, brother.
24-year-old Hassan Whiteside.
I'm not gonna hold you though. He needs to pass every drug test in professional sports after that game.
I think he passed
Every
that.
single one. We gotta understand how the fuck this happened, okay? And I think that's fair. I'd still celebrate it, but yeah, run me them drug tests when you're done, please. I got questions.
I do think this should set the precedent for coaches in particular and like organizations to be the next person who wants to pass Bam, because passing Kobe, there is a stigma there. It's like, we don't want to preserve history. They respect the player. People do think like that. They're not going to think like that for Bam.
Yeah.
So if I am a team, I'm like, oh, you scored how much in the first half? Keeps going. We're passing Bam. We're the next one up. We're passing Bam. That's what I would think moving forward for teams. And I do think that is a great precedent to set.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good for the league.
KD was doing all that shit, talking in his little Twitter group chat like he just passed. That's how he was acting. I need KD to pass. He got to be back.
KD might as well enter your name in history books. Get to 85, and then Luka will get 90. That's what's happening.
Luka has 77, right? What didn't he have 77?
73, and that 73-point game was freaking peak. That was such a good game by Luka. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't think Luka cares for Kobe.
Jack
I think
John,
Luka
if LeBron tried, his body
would.
would fail. If LeBron tried to get 85, his body would fail. He just
The only way LeBron is scoring 85 on his retirement game is if Luka gets 30 assists. So if that's the only way that is happening, pick and roll every single day, pick and pop. LeBron and Luka.
LeBron could do that.
And I'm not saying this because LeBron is bad.
Basket, he always ends up on the floor. Every time LeBron James goes downhill to the basket,
I'm not turning this into LeBron James basket session. I'm just saying LeBron's too old to do it anymore. I think if he even played the Wizards, if he played that same Wizards team, he'd probably only get like 50.
Oh yeah, he might get 60. He might get Kobe 60.
The only person who can get like 85 and up out of that core, like KD, LeBron, them is Curry right now.
Yes,
that's the only person.
No, yeah, Curry was a top 10
give
player
Curry
in the league
22 3-pointers.
I had Curry top 10.
If you give Curry 25 open looks, he might make 24. I ain't gonna.
Especially on a day where Saw shoot, he walk in, he shoots that first heat check 3 and he drains it. I'm like, oh nah.
The first 3 from the logo, man, it might be in.
And then
we about to see some shit.
And then you give him 43 free throw attempts with Stephen Curry's free throw percentage.
But Steph wouldn't need him because Steph he ain't gonna be driving like Bam. Bam was driving like a mug.
No, you get
they probably shoot 20. I think they probably shoot 20.
You get the Wizards defenders, they jumping into him 100% off them screens. They're gonna force fouls on the jump shots.
Steph's at least getting 20, and he
so
doesn't
so Steph gonna get his off intentional fouls. Bam was getting his off fouls and then intentional fouls. So Curry probably had like 20. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
15,
About
20.
20 assists.
So
I watched
Yeah.
that real quick, because I'm about to dip after this. I watched that gold medal game versus Paris again on YouTube. That three that Steph makes over two over two defenders, and the D Wade and I forget the other announcer. They were cooking the whole game, and then they just throw it up, and you see. I paused it. I watched like 3 times. KD's like this, like what the fuck. LeBron's like this, like oh my god, and the ball's in the air, and it's just like ah, and you can feel like Dwayne Wade jumping out of his chair.
Is that
It's
the,
Steph.
is that
I think we
is,
lose if Steph doesn't play, fellas. I think we lose.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Steph was hot. Like obviously the Serbia game, you should do both. Where you watch Serbia, then watch the final, the gold medal game. Those are 2 great games to watch back to back. But if Steph, let's just say if Steph wasn't there, we lose both them games. Because whoever Gallinari, whoever the fuck for Serbia would shoot like he was Steph in that game.
That's definitely a top 5 sports moment that I watched live.
I couldn't
So, the boys
believe
stuff,
it, man. I was with my mom and my girl. I was like, oh shit. I'm just shaking. I'm just shaking them. You know what the fuck just happened? You know what happened?
Hey man, so this was good agenda hour. Before we wrap up, might as well. We are technically an anime podcast, so I'll throw out one quick anime manga thing. I do recommend people check out that manga Under Doctor that is out in Shonen Jump right now.
I've heard good
It
things.
is starting to get momentum. Like it's starting to move up in the rankings a little bit. So I'm hopeful it will survive the infamous axe. And I do think them introducing like a kid disciple character is really good. It is niche. They talk about very like advanced medical terminology, but the manga is also fire. The main character, he's a demon. He knocks people out like Neji with the whole pressure point stuff. He's an expert assassin. It's kind of like Sakamoto days where he's trying to change his life from his prior history, where he was supposed to be like an infamous killer. Like Under Doctor could be the next one that Shonen Jump can rely on after Ichi and Kagurabachi. I recommend check it out, people. Check it out.
I'm gonna tap in.
8
Hold
chapters
on.
in.
Hold on. So this is making me think. It looks like Shonen Jump has the makings of a good lineup. Obviously, it's not My Hero JJK level, but they found themselves a good crop of titles to kind of keep them going.
To see if it survives the act first.
Yeah. Oh, Blue Box. Okay, I'm not even including Under Doctor. Blue Box, Gachiakuda. What's the other one that you guys talk about? Kagurabachi, Sakamoto Days.
Ichi.
Sakamoto
Ichi?
is ending soon, and Ichi Kagurabachi and Kagurabachi are the only two because they're weekly Shonen Jump Sunday drops. Gachiakuda is a monthly, and then I don't know when Blue Box drops. I have no idea.
But then also they got the online version where Spy Family is dominating. By the way, this arc that they're doing right now, where imagine so I don't know how many of you guys have watched Spy Family season 2. They do like really crazy situations where they find a really good way to make comedy of it, right? And this one right now, to give you an example, Lloyd, yours brother are trapped in a hostage situation at a TV station. And it's as dumb as you think it is, but it fucking works. I don't want to spoil it anymore. They're cooking right now, especially because this is the first time in a while where you've seen all 3 of them together. Like, and it's like, remember, the only thing I'm gonna say is that the one thing I really want to pressurize or stress, they're at a TV station. They're at a TV station, and now
secrets can get revealed.
So start thinking, bro, because they're cooking. Because you're just showed off a little something, and now people are like, wait a minute, and it's not just like the 3 of them. Remember, all the fucking other side characters are watching TV right now. They're cooking. They're cooking.
Gotta
catch up because I want to have a Spy Family conversation because I think after this arc, I want to have a Spy Family conversation with somebody.
Last thing I read was they caught that one person who was framing the teacher.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're not that far back. You're
Yeah,
not
not
far
that.
back. Yeah.
So that's the last thing I read.
Yeah, because I was
But
like, not my boy, Mr. Henderson, man, not him.
yeah, hey, packed them up though. Before we wrap up, any Sauce, Loki, any
Random. We gotta
anime,
have a
manga,
conversation.
or
About
just
what?
any other agendas you
You,
got?
I'm
you gotta have
rewatching
we gotta have a
Manga
conversation,
right
Random.
now.
About what?
We gotta have a conversation, Random.
Meet me the VC because I'm concerned. If it's
I'm at 60,000 man unit right now. Feel me? I'm at 60,000 man unit right now. You know, my boy Reese Shin is listen, man.
I'm trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you,
Listen,
right,
man.
Sauce? I'm trying
If
to tell
Kingdom
you.
gets animated how it should, how it deserves, all time great, bro. Like no cap, bro. Like I'm gonna have real conversations when I get. I'm at chapter 806. So I
So
Oh,
got
you
one
talking
Sauce,
about
conversation.
Kingdom?
yeah,
Yes,
Sauce has been, and if you pay attention to Discord, Sauce has been going on a journey in Kingdom that I'm not gonna hold you. I'm claiming that shit. I'm like, get your ass, go get the manga, start reading. And he hasn't put it down since. And it's like I'm watching, I'm like a proud father watching
This
his
shit's
son
so
just ball
good,
out.
bro. Like it's so good. Like
Look at that. Look at that.
I never expect them to do what they need to do to get out the situation that they're in. And that goes for every nation, every
Sauce.
general, every great general. Like everybody is just cooking. It's like, damn,
Sauce,
I want to go back and fight.
yeah. Sauce, the way they're doing it is that I think maybe tying them, or you guys can answer this. I think there are always just certain things, whether subconsciously or consciously, that when writers are writing characters, they just don't do, you know, whether or not it's like, oh, you can just kind of wish that away because fucking has 2 books, so he has magic or blah blah this and that. Kingdom has some of the most well-developed and smartest characters ever put to paper because they actually dive into that shit. So, and I'm not saying that because the best way, because the way I started reading Kingdom was I watched Connor talk about it on Trash Taste, and he said, I've never seen characters written this well. I've never seen a character this smart. He's like, I legit believe one of the characters is smarter than me. So I was like, oh shit.
Riboku is probably the smartest character in anime. No kids.
I'm not saying that to be facetious. Like he's like Balmor making shit or Matt. It's just like, bro,
He's an expert military strategist. That's what he is.
Like he's so like, bro, he's so smart. And you know what, Sauce? No, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reread it. So you could have the conversation, bro.
What you saying about expert military strategist, right? I don't want people to get it confused that it's not the only thing that he's smart in. He's smart in life situations. He's smart in handling people. He's smart with knowing how to pull up on the king, tell you that I'm threatening you. Like if you push up on me, I'm gonna whack y'all, but still be respect. Like he's so smart. Like,
he's good. He's very, very good in politics too. I do think Riboku is one of the best characters that people don't talk about for sure. You might actually be past me in Kingdom because I haven't read in a very, very long time.
What's the last thing you saw?
The last thing that I remember reading is we got past Conky's backstory. Conky's fucking deep.
Yes. Conky's fire character, by the way.
Amazing character. We got past his backstory, and they are in a war with Riboku right now. They are in conflict with Riboku. Exactly where I stopped, I don't remember, but I know it's pretty much past the backstory at that point. So that's generally, I would say.
Okay, so you probably like a good 70 to like 80 behind me, I think.
Yeah, I read a lot of Kingdom. I read a lot of it. I was super surprised on like when the first general got cooked by that OP dude, and then Shin took out the OP dude. Yeah, that shit was
Shin.
Yeah,
I've grown with. I fucking hated Shin at first, man. But he's my.
And people be getting whacked too. I love that. People be dying, boy. Like
it's war. It's
so
war. Like
it's people so good, bro.
Like I'm not gonna talk. Like Erwin is great. I don't know about Erwin in Kingdom sometimes.
Erwin is in a different situation where they have to like strategize against other people. He's fighting Titans.
To be fair, that's why like I still think he'd do well, but I'm like, Erwin, the game's a little different over here. And I'm not talking mess about Erwin because Erwin is I don't think I'm using the right word to give Erwin his glaze. Magnificent. Find me other big ass words that display glaze. Put all those words by Erwin. Okay, he's great. But Kingdom is, oh boy. I'm so gas sauce. Because you know what I did? I stopped fucking reading so that you could catch up to me, and then me and you could fucking read every week.
Where you at?
I'm a little bit past 1,000. A little bit past
1,000?
Yeah.
I don't got that many chapters on my free website.
Where do you read at?
I can't say it on live. I can't say it on
Okay,
wax.
never mind. No, we'll have the conversation. We'll have the conversation out of the pod.
Shout out Kingdom. Kingdom definitely near, and the anime is doing very well. So honestly, there's no reason not to start talking about Kingdom, even though season 1's animation was disgusting.
You
Like,
gotta
it was
fight through that shit.
If you can get past the first 2 seasons, you fine.
If some of y'all watch One Piece,
I didn't know there was an anime. I just started reading the manga. I had no idea there was an anime.
If a One Piece person say, I don't know if I can get through that, I'm like, come on, bro.
Don't compare. Do not compare Kingdom season 1 with
what I will say about animation too, it's nasty. It's nasty 3D animation, but they're very precise with what they want to do. Like that they get their point across every time, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You could tell that they didn't have the money, not that they didn't care or they didn't put enough work. They just didn't have the money,
which I respect. They kept through it. Like, well, eventually we'll get the money, and then they started getting the money, and that animation started improving. So I was like, okay, respect it. You know, I might just start doing a little recap by just watching the anime. To be honest, that's what I might do because it's been so long. I remember a good amount of the details. I'm also okay. I'll be honest. I don't know what happened after the chapters I haven't read that you guys are on.
Yeah.
But I'm always this type. I've always been team. The first girl that's with you that was always down for you, stick with her. But I know that.
Listen, you know Riddell. You know the real.
I know it's gonna be Kyokai, not Kario 10, but it's like whatever.
And look, random. When I got to the point where like it was in the open, you know.
Bro, this is the problem. I've read so many fucking slice of life. If it's a childhood friend or the first girl, you are cooked every time. And if you got blue hair, just leave the manga right now. So bro, I got no faith. Name me Attack on Titan's the only one, and even then, he still didn't get with her.
It will be only one way, and I think it's gonna happen. It will be only one way if he picks her. I'm not gonna say how, but it will only be one way that he picks her. You feel me? And that's in that situation, I feel like it's gonna happen towards the end of the story. But I'll say the conversation for another day.
She became a whole military strategist for bro. Like, all right, whatever. I get it. Kyokai is awesome. Hey, I don't want to shit on Kyokai. I think Kyokai is awesome, but like Kario 10 was there from the beginning. How
come they don't let the childhood friend win?
Every day you pass the point, you gotta think too. She brought that man back to life.
No, she did do that. That was like, okay.
She brought that man back to life. Like that's attachment right there. Now,
no, she
come on,
fuck with shit heavy
because
so
this gonna piss me off.
So it's like
let's go piss me off.
Now, what series actually where they end up with the person that they've known since a child? Oh, Witch Watch.
That's cool.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah, Witch
we
Watch.
Get some bigger. Hey, no, My Hero technically did it too. If you're the first girl he meets,
or
My Hero did it
with her.
Wait, what happened?
My Hero too.
JJK, no.
Bleach.
So Naruto.
I wanted to say Naruto, but I don't know
even
because
though
technically
Naruto
Naruto and Sakura didn't.
Wait, what's the context?
But the first girl that was down with him was Hinata though.
But she wasn't. But
I'll agree
with
that.
Meet her
I'll
first.
agree with that. But
so we're talking about Todd. We're talking about why
he did meet her first. They met in the woods. He met her.
Hold on. I just want to get the context real quick. What's up?
So we're talking about how come Japan never lets the childhood friend or the first girl that meets the MC win. Like,
why is he never the first girl? I guess they don't.
They really don't. Like, because I read more slice of life than you, but like the childhood friend, or the first girl that the MC meets usually never wins.
I mean, always want slice. For some reason, I thought you were talking about because y'all listening to things that's showing a jump. That's why I was like, wait,
Tyree
what?
Kingdom?
I read a little. I didn't finish it though.
Okay.
But I heard Shin get 2 wives, so shout out to him, I guess.
And Elusive Samurai also was kind of doing that same thing. But I need to catch up. I'm not caught up with Elusive Samurai. I need to catch up.
I'm only in what do you call it? I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about the second season yet from them.
No, it's coming. I think we heard something. I think
because that was one of the most underrated ones of the year. 2 years, was it last year? Last year, because it came out early in the year, right?
Either last
or
year,
was it 2 years ago?
I don't remember, to be honest.
But I thought it was fire. The way they use colors, especially in that show, peak shit.
Yeah, and I've always said Elusive Samurai is like a toned down kingdom. Like it really just is.
Really good. I was caping for that because I read the whole manga.
Yeah, I need to read the rest and talk. We'll have an agenda hour segment talking about all of Elusive Samurai. I do think it deserves it as one of the better series that's coming out in Shonen Jump. But yeah, that's what we were talking about, Ty, in terms of like characters, because I personally hate that trope where it's like she was riding for you the entire time, and then you find like this other girl who meets you when you're like glowed up. Like Solo Leveling does it.
Solo Leveling is the worst.
I hated
version
it
of
when
this.
Solo Leveling did it.
He literally never, bro. At least in the manga by now, by where the story is, he at least talked to her like, "Hey, I'm kind of sorry." You know, they had that kind of awkward meeting, but they haven't had a conversation like they did in the manhwa. Bro,
Hey,
she was with you when you was broke and almost dead. She was healing you.
Yeah.
She said, "I don't want to die." She healed you so much, she almost died herself.
I gotta tell fellas in here, man.
That one hurt me. That one hurt me to read.
Y'all got some childhood friends y'all ignoring, man. Y'all need to lock in, bro.
Oh my,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
What?
Hey, man.
Remember when she saw that he was an S rank and she was shocked that she smiled for him?
And he
That's love right
her.
there.
Completely ditched her. Like,
oh, bruh.
That's
he went
right.
to the OP chick. Like, come on.
He picking the girl.
That man Sunjin.
Yeah. He picking a girl that the first conversation he had with her, she's like, "Hey, can you stand there for a second?" She started sniffing the nigga like a dog.
Yeah,
That's
like,
her
what
first
the fuck?
impression.
Oh man.
Hey, fuck it. We ball.
Nah, we good on that.
That man Sunjin will need to preserve his legacy, bro. He need to preserve his legacy, man. Look, man. Hey, man. He needed that. He needed the genetics. He needed the genetics.
He's
Well, it
thinking
worked. He
D1.
got a
Y'all
sequel
not
out of it.
thinking
So
D1. Y'all
apparently
thinking
it worked.
childhood friendships in this shit.
That's insane.
D1.
It's like,
D1.
you know, the first girl, man, fuck her, man. She don't matter in this story. She don't matter.
Bro, that's really my sister.
Oh, random.
bro.
July
Yeah.
2026.
Oh,
July 2026. Elusive Samurai.
oh
It's
hell
coming to
yeah.
premiere.
I can't wait till we talk about next year. God, the next 2 seasons lineups are incredible.
Yeah, anime is ramping up. I'm not gonna hold you. Anime is ramping up. Ty, have you started reading Under Doctor yet? Oh, I know you've read the first 2 chapters. Have you kept reading?
Oh man. I started chapter 3. You know,
Not feeling it.
I'm not. I don't. I ironically enough, I think it's. I wonder. Here's what I think. I think that Kanato's magic might have a better chance at survival.
Really, it's been performing way worse in the rankings, I think,
So you talking about Kanato's magic underdog?
compared to Under Doctor. Yeah.
No, they've been about the same. I think they've been about the
Really?
same.
I have no idea. Let me look. Because
Yeah.
I think I have like a general perception on like how things show up on the Shonen Jump app, typically determines its ranking. That's what I guess. But let me look.
You know so Under Doctor and Kanato's magic. So it's second chapter and third chapter. Second, third. So they're pretty relative as far as ranking, but I mean I might read it just to see, but I don't know, man. Horikoshi, he might be a fraud, man. Horikoshi, every time a Horikoshi assistant come out, they just don't give what they need to give, bro. I'm looking at Horikoshi sideways, man. Like, why don't you teach these niggas? I don't
think,
know, bro.
To be fair, he was in a hospital a lot, bro. My hero was literally killing him.
No. I'm saying my hero ran for 10 years. You tell me in 10 years you didn't you didn't pick up on nut like you didn't. compare My Hero's first chapter to Underdoctor's first chapter to Dear Anemone first chapter, and then to Honor of the Flame first chapter. You tell me the fucking difference. you
I
come on, man.
I personally, My Hero is clearly better. I like the first chapter of Underdog.
No. I no,
animated.
no. I
Nigga
think
said
You
he
got
didn't
tired
think
of
he
this
was
shit,
shit.
Hori.
no. I think it was okay. I'm sorry. Like no, I'm saying as far as quality, My Heroes was by miles a better first chapter. Like it's not even structurally way better. Way better. It's not even close.
Bro, Loki, he's like, we
It
getting mid
captured the
to ass
emotion way
from
better for
from
sure.
Horikoshi's
No,
legacy.
I'm just, no,
Tired
I'm
of
just,
it.
no, I'm just saying its story structure in general was just better, right? Like for example, usually you change a character if a character has a misunderstanding or something, they change during the climax of a story. This nigga changed at the midpoint. The freaking the doctor hit. Like this just structurally just was not. It just wasn't there for him. I'm sorry. Now Horikoshi's assistants all do this, so I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I wonder if there is a difference between a character, a hero's journey versus Underdoctor. The guy's already who he is, and it's more of a revelation on who he's going to become moving forward from, as well as we learning his past. I wonder if
But
there's a difference in like how you structure these very different journeys.
so they still follow through act structure. So point I make. So usually those characters, usually a character goes through a transformation, right? Now for the Underdoctor, it was the doctor he helped that went through the change, right? And probably that could be like so they change other people, and they still need to have changes too as well. But so structurally, the three act structure still works exactly the same. And I'm saying that if you were to change somebody, that's supposed to happen at the climax. That's just how it works. That's like Naruto changing. That's why you just like usually when the change happens at the climax, and that's when the character overcomes something. That's why Naruto at change at the climax and he learns Shakuan Jutsu. That's why you take really any for black you take Asta in chapter one, he changes the climax and then he unlocks the dolphin. That's usually how it happens. And I'm saying just like that's just one part of the story. That was kind of wonky. Even this act one had a lot of missteps, but I think it was still, despite that, it was. I will say this: it had the best It was the best first chapter by Horikoshi Assistant out of the three. I'll give it that. I'll give it that for sure. But
Interesting. I wonder how does it compare to like how Sakamoto did. To be fair, Sakamoto is more of a comedic series, and I think right now reading Underdoctor, they've transitioned a little bit more, which I think is probably helping the series appeal to a general audience, where they brought in more comedy into it, so it brings that more enjoyable factor. And then they brought in a disciple, a teenager, to kind of bridge the gap for like an older character with the rest of the audience, as well as being able to follow the growth of the teenager in particular. So I wonder if that is a decision that was implemented to kind of bridge that gap that they were having. And to be fair, Sakamoto did the same thing when they brought in disciples to showcase different layers of Sakamoto as well.
that's all I
So,
would say. But the thing about it is that no, I agree.
and
I think
Sakamoto
if I'm
brought in Shin. Well, I think that's his name in
yeah.
Sakamoto
So for
in the
chapter
first
one,
chapter.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, for chapter one, Shin was the protagonist, and Sakamoto was the main character. Because we were following Shin's POV to see what he thought and what he had to do. So that's a little different. But I think that Sakamoto had a better start. 'Cause I think the character's a little bit better, but I think I'm gonna read on Dante for you, Riddle. I'm gonna read it. And then I'll report back. I did like the idea that he wants to solve uncurable diseases. I was like, oh, that's cool. It gives me like a macro plot line that I could be interested in following. So and also his fighting style
Honestly,
is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool fighting style.
it is. And with what you're saying, what they probably should have done is they should have scrapped the
I
first.
can't hear y'all. Hold on, so I'll even come back.
Well, what I was saying is, well, I'll wait until Ty comes back. And then tell him this, and then we'll wrap up. And also, Cody versus Randy's about to be really good, huh, Loki?
And just like I said in the chat, bro, I want to see him punch anybody, literally anybody. Please,
It's about
Wait,
to be
just
amazing.
somebody.
Wait, you said what happened?
No,
Be there, Cody.
it's a wrestling thing. Don't worry, it's a wrestling thing.
Oh, okay.
I think what they should have done for Underdoctor is they should have probably scrapped the first two chapters. So, are you in the chapter where they meet the mafia boss or the Yakuza boss?
Yeah, I think is that chapter 3. I think so. Maybe.
Me
I,
think
'cause
so.
I read the beginning of it and I got distracted and did something else and I didn't finish it. But
They should have started it with the Yakuza boss chapter because you can still tell the story of who the doctor is and who the other person is. And then you also meet his disciple in the chapter 2. Do
Mhm.
that quick thing, show the duality of who he's willing to work with and what he's willing to do in terms of like the evil people. And then you introduce the disciple at the very end of the chapter. He says, I want to be under you. That's probably where they should have started,
Mhm.
all things considered, instead
Yeah.
of like doing the chapter where he's on the plane and just showing how cool he is.
I do think conceptually he's interesting. Like he has a good contradiction, like an assassin that became a doctor. The same way that like Ichi was a male witch in that world. How Sakamoto is a like fat assassin. You know what I'm saying? Or Luffy's a goofy pirate. Like that's a good contradiction. So I think that conceptually he's interesting. Like what he is interesting. Like his role. So I'll give it another shot. We'll see. I'll lock in.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Any final agendas before we wrap up, gentlemen?
Listen, man. If LeBron leaves LA without getting 5, man, Luca is gonna have a hater in me. He will. I. You know what I'm saying?
Tell DeAndre Ayton to lock in for the playoffs.
Hey, man.
It's not
Yeah, we might be
happening.
able to make some noise.
Nah, bro. I swear I'm tired of seeing Luca not play defense, bro. It's pissing me off. He's too young for this. He's way too young. Him and Austin are too young for this shit, man.
Nah, Austin's at the right age.
Nah, I seen that nigga get fried too many times. I don't know, bro.
I think he's ever really been a defensive step.
Yeah, they need some perimeter. Oh yeah, DeAndre Ayton. Someone did say I can't lie. I can't even be mad at Luka because he has to go home to an empty home and then go to work to see DeAndre Ayton.
Dude, like literally, he's having one of the worst situations on the court and off.
Yeah.
But off the court, he's always had a rough. Even when he was in Dallas, he's always had a.
Yeah, now he can't go on the internet because they're all shitting on him, and then obviously his personal life. It's tough.
Right. He
My
can't
boy.
even load up Overwatch because they doxed his account.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Well, they didn't dox it, but like someone found his account. He was playing a game and posted a TikTok. And
Oh,
pretty
now
sure hella-
everybody's gonna get a friend
Yeah.
request like,
Yeah.
Luca, play with me. Okay. All right, fair enough. Well, hey man, shout out Bam Adebayo. Shout out for sure.
Bam's
And-
81. I mean 83. Bam's 83.
Yo, who do you think is gonna be the next Rashad McCants of this generation, dog? Who do you think is gonna be?
My fault, Rizzo. Go ahead.
Shout out Bam. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Yeah, have a good one. Take care. Peace.